level can take out.
So I have a question. So let's say your average risk reward is 1:2 on average all the time, as in yondo yako. And you have a certain goal. You've calculated, you have a certain goal. Look, to me, you 1:2. Remember, that's the minimum you can use. But you had a goal of whatever percent for this month, maybe 5, 10. But you took, let's say, 10 trades. And 5 of them, you closed them at 80%. That is 1.6. Haven't you underperformed the system?
Yeah.
So now how do you cap that? Because you have a certain goal you're supposed to meet.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. When your risk reward is 1:2,
you're more or less becoming now discretionary.
Exactly.
You're trading more or less from your...
I think all trading is discretionary. I really disagree with people when they try to say trading. Even if you're trading an automated system, I still believe it's discretionary.
But
why?
What matters is how discretionary it is.
Exactly.
Is it 10% or 90%
the level
discretionary?
of discretionary. But by the end of the day, you still have to decide what position size, which trades to take, which markets to trade.
Of course.
All those things, it comes back down to you. So it's still you making the decisions. Yep.
So you get my question. So now how do you do with that?
How do you?
Now you're taking 1.6.
Yes, you're
1.6.
winning. You're winning.
Yes.
You're up, let's say now 4%.
But you're underperforming
but you wanted
your
a
target.
10% return, or you wanted a 8% return.
First of all, I don't believe like you can decide I want this return from the markets.
Of course you can't.
Have a target.
A target.
Yeah, you have targets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you can't decide if this target doesn't happen, because most times you'll fall short. If you have such targets and you'll start trading very poorly. You really have to be in sync with the markets and trade how the markets are moving. Because there's one thing I also want you to understand. Like, I feel like I'll also ask you a question. Yeah. So, if you have 10 trades, and 5 trades, you said 5 trades you took out the profit at 80%. Always, you're saying you're always.
Not always. This month. Remember, we're talking about different months. So hii month vile umeperform. Umechukua 5 trades, umetoka 80% at 1.6.
Wait, did you decide to just exit at 80%?
No, I'm using sort of hypothetically your way you've described 80%. Imefika, sign imeshow, I'm out. But if we come and... Now that is in the heat of the moment. If we come later on and look at how markets performed, yes, it showed the shooting star. But if I held on to my position with the pattern I was trading originally, achana na nimefom mbele, maybe even 3 of those ones continued straight to target. Okay,
if that's the case, then stick to your targets. My point is, there are trades which, and I also, such trades, like you've been in such trades multiple times.
Which ones?
A market has moved 90% to your side. It turns and never comes back.
Of course, so there are many of them.
Exactly. If you're talking about the 80% scenario, what I'm trying to avoid is such trades. You get? In the long run, you're focused on this month. So, you're focused on this month. This month, nime underperform. But in the long run, trust me, I'll overperform you. If I'm taking my profits even at 80% for those trades which will turn.
That's hypothetically speaking.
And even yours is hypothetically
also mine is hypothetically speaking.
Exactly.
We're all speaking from opinions. That's why actually, we need more data on this.
Exactly.
Look,
that's hypothetical.
You can only look at profit factor I say too.
Exactly.
Actually, people
because
have
everything comes
0.8.
Down, it's subjective.
That shows actually you don't actually make money. You have a 0.8 profit factor.
Of course.
How?
It's subjective.
Listen. When we're talking about certain things, let's do it from a statistical
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Everything, that's what I was going to say. Everything will say, even yo kuchukua 90-80, mtu akukalia lami hadi ifike target, it's all subjectively speaking.
Exactly.
It's not that, tell me, come and show me, okay, look, ndo hii. Nionyeshe 1 year track record, nimechukuanga 80% targets. Ama mtu mwingine nimekalianga stoangi hadi targets. Ikifika 90 na
itani profit factor. Exactly. And one thing you can also do, let's not even go far. Let's go back to back tests. So, you did your back test. So, in your back test, what is your profit factor?
2.1.
In the real trading, what is it?
1.3, 1.4.
Exactly. Why is that? Why is it?
Of course, along the way to change.
Exactly.
Testing is not as perfect.
And the reason is, what's the reason? What's the answer at your question? I've not been holding my trades to my targets basically.
You have not?
I've not all of them. Not all of them. some trades have gone and I've exited.
Ati, are you sure? Si una trade.
Kwani si mimi ndo na trade. Sikia Ken, it's the reason Ken. You can't have a lower profit factor if you're not taking trades at a lower profit.
Listen, I think I think we're trying to debate opinions.
Yeah, this is all opinions. I'm telling you, it's subjective.
Both opinions make sense.
Makes sense.
Exactly.
But
So
at the end of the day, what are we saying? What do we need?
The
Look,
truth.
your truth is not Taras's truth.
Exactly. That's one thing. Because like if you think about it, like if you're trading, what's your average risk reward?
One is on average, let's say 1:3, 1:4.
Sindio? What's your average risk reward?
I just told you.
1:2.
Exactly. Will you follow his rules?
No.
No.
Hey,
You're all trading differently.
Sindio?
Exactly.
You'd not follow his rules.
Exactly. I won't.
Boss, will you follow his rules?
No.
Exactly. Whether he believes your targets are ambitious.
Exactly.
And you believe his targets
I'm underperformed by.
I'm underperform. Exactly. So, and that's trading.
Exactly. Everyone has their own
rules.
True.
The most important thing is, are your rules working?
Exactly. For you.
Exactly.
Are you making money?
Need to work for you.
Exactly. And they meant not.
And that's why trading number find your own thing. And that's why some people will make 10%, others will make consistently 2-3%,
Others will lose.
But don't you think there's a characteristic of winners who have a high and consistent profit factor? High and consistent profit factor.
What do you mean?
Profit factor yani inakuanga tu around 3. Yani let's say your risk reward is 3. So let's say your profit factor is always around 2.5 to 3.
You can also attain a profit factor of 2.5:3 by doing some things. For example, if I'm always scaling into my trades, my winners will ultimately be bigger than my losers. I don't have to hold my trades to my targets. And I'll still have a big profit factor. And I've done that.
And
my account, which was 1:2.4, that's what I did. So you know the account where I had a profit factor of 2.4?
Maybe I can remember it.
Yeah. So
was this the one you were trading when I was in the,
when you're in the UK?
US, UK.
So when you're trading, that's what made me.
And that one is scaled in a lot time.
Exactly. That's what would make me money. By scaling in, even if my targets were not met, like I had already made enough money before my targets were met.
But a profit factor shows that you're actually winning in the market. So if you're actually winning, of course your profit factor will be high.
Exactly. That's the point.
Yeah, true.
And the reason I'm trying to tell you that is it doesn't mean your profit factor has to be 1:2. It doesn't mean you have to have have a high risk reward ratio or hold your trades to your target for you to have a high profit factor.
But my question
Another
was this.
thing you can also do to have a high profit factor is to have a high hit rate. So
exactly, meaning you're winning.
Exactly.
Hit rate is
so
high.
By the end of the day, it's how you're planning to attain your objective.
And now that's my point.
If your objective is 1:2.5 as a profit factor, don't try and tell us that you only have to hold your trades to your target.
No. You can only achieve it by
many other methods.
By only one way. I'm not saying like you can only achieve it on one way. You can only achieve it on one way. My question was this: don't you think there's a characteristic of traders who have a high profit factor and consistent?
And I've answered your question. I've said what they have a high hit rate. Some people hold to their targets. Some people scale in. All these are methods to attain a high hit rate. Exactly. So it's not only one style which you can use to attain a high hit rate, a high
profit factor. Okay, and what do you think leads to people having profit factors of less than 1 or less than 2?
1, their losers are bigger than their winners. 2, they're always wrong in the market. So they have a lower hit rate.
What's your profit factor?
It's the opposite of what you've just said.
What's your profit factor?
It's the opposite of what you've just said.
What's your profit factor?
My profit factor is less than 1.
Why?
Why what?
What leads to it being less than 1?
1, I had very many trades which were wrong. So mine was the lower hit rate. So my lower hit rate. But now I'm working on it to come back up.
Okay.
So if my hit rate is back up,
you can increase the
Definitely.
profit
So
factor.
you're working on the hit rate now.
exactly, definitely I can
Your risk
move
reward
my-
is fine, yeah?
Exactly. My risk reward is perfect. And also had some very many bad trades. And also I think it's very, very wrong for you to judge someone's trading based on an account worth 3 months, 4 months, or 5 months.
Of course.
That
We
one is
talked
a
about
very,
that
very
on one
short
of the
time
first
frame.
videos.
Exactly.
Nikuulize after 10 years.
It's a very, very short
5 years,
time frame.
man.
Unaambia Ken, na profit factor yako ni ngapi?
Dangerous.
It's a very, very And I have accounts where my profit factor is 2.4. So you cannot try and tell me that.
And also those times you've changed systems.
Exactly. So you can't really,
because these days I don't see you doing much of scaling ins.
like your trading evolves.
Yeah, evolves.
As the market is evolving, your trading evolves. You get? And that's the point. Like, have different ways of looking at markets and never think that it's only your way which works.
Yeah,
but if my way works for me, it's the only way for me, and that is only.
And that's why you should avoid going into
and
other
I can't
people's
come
ways.
to yours.
Yeah,
and if you show me how much yours is working,
And that's why
let's work on